star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thanks to Skylar Cole for that stirring rendition of our national anthem. And we'll be right back. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with you. Joining me tonight, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. Our buddy David Aldridge is on the sideline getting stories. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Chris Middleton.
And looking at his offensive numbers from the past few years, it seems like teams around the league have kind of figured him out. He's having to work a lot harder for his points, and they haven't been coming nearly as easily as they used to.
A look at the Magic starting group. Sliding in at the wing, we'll see Caldwell Pope and Wagner. Underneath, in the post, it's Banchero and Carter Jr. And it's Anthony in at the point guard. And for the Wizards, they've got Saad. Chris Middleton is out there with Jordan Poole. Then it's George, and it's Champagnie in at the small forward. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Poole. Carter pulls it in. Caldwell Pope with it. Outside Anthony. Carter outside. Banchero up top. Misses the three. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Washington. Pass to Champagnie. To the middle. He's looking for Middleton and finds him. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
And we all know about Middleton's shooting ability, but don't underestimate his explosiveness at the rim.
Here's Caldwell Pope. That's in there. Anthony with the assist.
Unselfish basketball. That's what coaches love to see.
Middleton outside. Back to Poole. George with the screen on Anthony. Near the three-point line, it's Poole. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
The definition of a scorer, Poole gets it done a bunch of ways.
Carter finds Anthony. Here's Banchero. From outside, off the mark. For Washington, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Pass to Poole. Here's Champagnie. Just 5 to shoot. Here's George. The rebound by Caldwell Pope. Orlando's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Wagner on the wing. It's good.
Tracking the feed, Franz Wagner. Locked in on that shot.
Poole against Anthony. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Back to Poole. Middleton left side. And that one is hammered home.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And Stan, after a few down years, the Magic has been recaptured here in Orlando.
It sure has, Kevin. They've had great draft picks. They have a couple of young franchise cornerstones. They've got size. They've got guys who will continue to improve. This team's got a chance to be really, really good going forward.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with this guy.
It's time for the dance dance.
As the playoffs near, let's take a look at the Eastern Conference standings. You look at the Magic. They're good enough for 8th place in the conference right now, looking to hold on to that. And checking out Washington. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now. Here's George. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Over in the corner, Poole. Wizards passing it around. Champagnie passes to Middleton. Pocket 4. Washington needs to get a shot off here. Yep, that one goes in there.
It really helps their team so much with Middleton's passing with effectiveness, and it helps him out as a scorer. He's that much harder to defend.
Now here's Anthony. Still without a basket. Wagner kicks to Anthony. Carter sets the pick for Anthony. Inside. And stolen by Song. And Wagner over to help. Good work there as it goes. Saw's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
Anthony, the pass to Wagner. Back to Anthony. Wagner outside. Dan Carroll with the screen. And that's good. Runs Wagner for 3. Wagner's got 7 points in the game.
Well, that's a good sign for Wagner. He's working to become a more consistent shooter from outside.
Here's Poole. Second shot opportunity. And another shot. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Anthony against Poole. Pass to Banchero. Carter with a screen on George. To the paint. Banchero finds Carter.
Always a threat to score. Banchero, that time with a sweet find.
And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. They trail by 1. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key takeaway from that one.
Well, the lack of effort they showed on the glass is just unacceptable. And I'm sure the coaching staff will let them know about it.
2 shots.
First one falls for him. Austin coming right down to it. Finish line is in sight. The playoffs are within sight. The warmer weather, I think, signals that the playoffs are right around the corner.
Yeah, Kevin, that's exactly right. And neither team here needs any extra motivation in this one. You want as high a seed as possible in the postseason. You want as many of these crucial games to be played in your own building.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. GA, when it comes to the Wizards, they have a pretty spotty track record over the past decade.
Kevin, it's tough to get things right in the draft. Plus, they have just had poor lottery luck, only selecting higher than 8th once in the last decade. But they have passed on some superstar-level talent.
Song, the pass to Middleton. Here's Champagnie. Fires the 3. Good on the triple. Champagnie's got 5 points so far.
The correct decision by Middleton, moving to his wide-open teammate, Chris, a terrific passer off the wing.
Caldwell Pope on the wing, defended by Middleton. Carter outside. Pass to Banchero. Goes up with a stripe. And finished off by Carter.
Oh, Carter Jr. bringing the thunder.
And we've got a timeout call by Brian Keefe. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy.
It's time to welcome your Wizards dancer.
While we have a moment here, let's review the teams that have been holding opponents to the fewest points this month. The Magic in second.
And they've just been on a defensive tear. I mean, allowing so few points. And really, I think it's the energy with which they've played.
The Wizards have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Back to Poole. Middleton on the wing. Sarr sets the screen for Middleton. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He has 6.
Slippery play by Middleton. Comes off the pick and goes on the offensive.
Middleton against Wagner. Banchero outside. There's the lob to the corner. And stolen by Sarr. To the inside. Champagny passes to Middleton. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession.
All right, a moment to check out the stats for Middleton. How the second half of the season has shaped up for him. Putting up about 10 points a night, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds. Just a fantastic scorer off the bench. Always a factor in every game he plays.
Yeah, look, you need that kind of punch off the bench. Someone who can help shoulder the offensive load.
Now, here's Wagner. 20 points for him last game against Dallas. Hits it from three-point range. Wagner's got 10.
Well, it's a luxury that Wagner is so versatile in the two-man game.
Anthony against Poole. Down low. Here's Champagny. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Now, here's Wagner. He's got 10. And it's Banchero top the key. And it's Orlando with another.
This is the type of go-to scorer this team wants Banchero to be. They love his confidence.
Middleton against Wagner. Puts it up from 15. Middleton can't get it to go.
Well, and even though he couldn't get that one to fall, that's a shot they want him taking.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. Magic Superstar says it's like anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin. Just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA thanks. And while the offense is developing, Alex Sarr is already a huge presence at the defensive end.
Yeah, and along with being a great rim protector, he's a 7-footer who can really slide his feet on the perimeter. He can switch on the guards and make them work for their opportunities.
Free throw good. Sarr. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the Wizards. Marcus Smart comes in for Chris Middleton. So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Goga Bitadze is checked in for Carter. Isaac comes in for Banchero. Gary Harris, he's checked in for Caldwell Pope. And it's Anthony Black in for Cole Anthony. He doesn't get the second one. Well, Coach Van Gundy, you spent a number of seasons with the Orlando Magic franchise. And looking back at that time, what stands out?
Well, Kevin, what stands out for most coaches and jobs, we actually won a lot there, and the winning stands out. I coached a great group of players, inherited not only talent, but guys of high character. It was winning, and it was fun.
You did a lot of winning down there.
We did.
And the Wizards making a change here. Thor's checked in. That's good from Harris. And the way the Wizards like to play, Greg, you can expect them to get out and run.
They're young and they can fly, right? They've got speed and athleticism to get up and down the floor. They'll push the tempo as much as you allow.
Here's Black. 14 points from him the last game against Dallas.
Yeah, and how about his work on the defensive side? Swatting away several shot attempts.
Clock is at 3. Out to Harris. Three-pointer. Magic working now with the new shot clock. Batadze the pass to Harris. Wagner outside. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Wagner's got 15.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Now here's Smart. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Black grabs the board.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Harris a screen. Wagner wide open. Offline with his 3. Wizards trail by 6. Pass to Thor. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Clearly a foul.
Third team foul.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And something else that I liked is how they attack the paint, finding ways to get inside and capitalize time and time again.
And he makes the first. George is checked in for Washington. He's perfect from the line this time. Working his way from scout to head coach, Jamal Mosley was a longtime assistant under Rick Carlisle. He has paid his dues, Coach.
Yeah, and Kevin, I really admire the guys that put in the time, as you say, pay their dues and get themselves ready for when they get the opportunity. There's a lot of outstanding younger coaches in this league, and Jamal Mosley's as good as any of them.
Yep, I would agree. Wizards trail by 4. Poole against Harris. Now, here's Poole. Defense right on him. A beautiful reverse layup. Poole's got his second basket. Magic shooting very well. 58%. The offense is flowing right now early for them. Here's Black, guarded by Poole, with the drive, and he jams it with authority.
Never a bad idea to run the old pick play.
You're right. And if it produces a slam like that, you'll probably see more of them.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there. Gotta communicate and switch that screen.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on Jonathan Isaac. Greg, it's not the first skill you think about, but Jordan Poole is unreal at the foul line.
I mean, led the league in 22 at 92.5%, beating out teammate Steph Curry by 0.2%. Poole's always been amongst the league leaders in attempts.
That's good from Poole.
And the confidence Poole plays with, you gotta admire. He feels like he can hit from anywhere on the floor.
The Wizards making a switch here. Smart's checked in, and a change for the Magic. Banchero's checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And guys, his shot hasn't been falling this quarter. Time to settle down, refocus, and get a really high percentage look. Well, it shows you how crucial communication is. They clearly weren't on the same page there.
Johnson, he's checked in for Jordan Poole.
Johnson.
54 seconds left in the first quarter. Covington. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
To the wing on the left, just 4 to shoot. That one goes in.
Both teams racking up the points to start this game.
Yeah, and I'm sure both coaches would like to see more defensive intensity from their teams.
Here's Wagner. He gets it in there. Wagner's got 17 now.
Well, when you look at what he's provided them on the offensive end, it's been an important part of why they're leading.
Harris against Johnson. Holmes with a screen on Harris. The 3 from Johnson. That one doesn't drop. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Magic lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. Close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And when you consider how the Magic are doing, what do you think?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Magic leading by 3. We've got Johnson. George is out there with Holmes. Then there's Smart, and it's Carrington in at the 3. That's the group start the second quarter for the Wizards. Wizards shooting 56% in this game, really stringing quality possessions together offensively. Here's Harris. Pass to Black, a second chance effort. Once again off the mark, Orlando. So it's the Wizards now. They faced off right here last time they met, but the home club just couldn't pull out the win.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
Here's Isaac after the basket by Washington. 5 on the clock. Takes it inside. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Isaac's got his first basket of the night.
And Isaac has proven to be more than capable with his mid-range jump shot. He keeps it up high in the air so the defense doesn't really have a chance to disrupt his rhythm.
Smart. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for the Magic. It's a 3-point game. They host the Kings after this game. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. Hey, Stan, I've always wondered, back when you were coaching, college or pro, what was your defensive philosophy?
Well, I think, first of all, Kevin, we always wanted to take away the easy baskets. In other words, we're going to get back in transition, not give away fast breaks. We are going to try to protect the paint and make sure we're not giving away layups. And we didn't want to foul unnecessarily and give away free throws.
That's good from Harris.
Well, you know what you're getting with Gary Harris. He can shoot the ball, and he doesn't make many mistakes at either end.
Drops them both. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. Harris against Johnson. Right side, Smart. To the wing right side. George with the screen on Banchero. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Paolo Banchero.
First team
The
foul.
Wizards have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Harrington.
First free throw is good. Good on both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Quarter number 2, we're about 2 minutes in. From 12 feet out. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Banchero's got his second bucket of the night.
Oh, good to see that Banchero has options. If he can't penetrate, your game has to be multifaceted in the league.
Holmes gets to Smart. Johnson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Launches a 3. Rebound by the Magic.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
Isaac passes to Banchero. Isaac with a screen for Banchero. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And guys, that strength will serve Banchero really well in the league, and we're starting to see signs of it already.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
At the line for 1.
And the free throw, no good. The first overall pick, and Stan, we have seen this kid, 6'10" Paolo Banchero. How impressive have you assessed his passing skill?
Well, Kevin, it was the thing that surprised me most about him when he came in the NBA. I knew he could put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, get to the free throw line, but he is one of the best big playmakers in this league, making the game easier for all of his teammates.
Wow, what a great asset.
You aren't kidding.
So it's Orlando now, following the bucket by the Grizzlies. And that one, good.
And playing with veteran poise against the shot clock. I like how Banchero handles the pressure.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He wants to talk to his guys. Well, back in 2022, the #1 overall pick was Paolo Banchero. What do you think of his game?
You have to love his game, Kevin. I mean, handles the ball as a big guy at 6'10", makes plays for other people, scores, gets to the free throw line. All-star game in his second year, and on that team, he has really looked to defend. This guy's future is bright.
And their coach is another guy from the Seattle area, right, who has come on the NBA and starred.
There have been quite a few of them.
And Washington making a change here. Vukcevic is checked in. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Orlando. Anthony comes in for Gary Harris. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. The Wizards working the ball around now. Here's Carrington. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got 3 assists tonight.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Carter outside. Anthony against Johnson. Here's Bitadze. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
Smart deciding where to go with it. Pass to Johnson. Six to shoot. Here's Vukcevic. Here's Carrington. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Banchero passes to Anthony. Missed inside. Wizards trail by 7. Johnson with it. Now Anthony defending to the middle. Here's Smart. Carter pulls it in. Carter's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Black, guarded by Smart. No one near Banchero as he lets it go. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Johnson against Anthony. Johnson outside. In the corner, Smart with it. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Orlando leading by 7. Black kicks to Carter. Holmes against Banchero. Batadze with the bucket.
Their interior has been inferior defensively. It has got to tighten up.
Pass to Holmes. Knocked away. And here is Johnson. The rebound by Batadze. Batadze's got his 4th rebound in this one. Black the pass to Batadze. Now here is Carter. Back to Banchero. Baseline J on the way. The rebound by Carrington. Wizards trail by 9. Pass to Smart. Here's Johnson. To the paint. Here's Vucevic. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
And that's a little lack of fight at the defensive end.
Absolutely. At least on that slam, you're right. That's one way to let a team back in the game.
Yeah, but also credit the offense there. That's making a play when you really need it, and they need more of that.
Here's Banchero after the basket by Washington. The shot by Anthony, no good. Johnson against Anthony. Down low. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Carter. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Wizards. On Saturday, they'll host the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Monday, they'll take on Kevin Love and the Miami Heat.
And for that matchup with the Magic, they'll need to be at their best for this contest. Anything short of excellence, and they'll be in for a rough ride.
Franz Wagner's checked in for the Magic. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Black. Middleton against Wagner, where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting. Greg, what's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
That one is off.
A solid passer and rebounder, but it's really scoring where Middleton shows up big. He can be just relentless on that end of the floor.
Goga Bitadze's checked in for Banchero. And he sinks the second. And Wagner's got the ball here for Orlando. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Carter, the pass to Bitadze. Wagner outside. Just 5 on the clock. Carter sets the pick for Wagner. Rebound by the Wizards.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now, here's Poole. Following the missed shot by Franz Wagner. Poole, the pass to Song. Count it. And it's 7 points for Alex Song.
I know Poole was looking for his shot, but he's smart and makes the right pass instead.
Wagner kicks to Carter. Back to Wagner. Inside, Itadze. No good with the layup. Wizards trail by 4. They push it up 4 on 3. For 3, Middleton. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Carter's got 5 rebounds tonight. Now, here's Wagner. Not a lot of room. Trying to end the drought. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. In the corner, Middleton with it. Pass to Champagny. Poole against Anthony. Good on that shot. And with that, the Magic lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Poole.
And the mid-range can be tricky for Poole, but he can sink them when he has to.
Now here's Anthony. Scoreless thus far. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more. And it's going to be Anthony shooting.
Personal foul.
It's going to be on Alex Song. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And take a look at what he's been able to do at the free throw line. 82% more than acceptable.
Isaac's checked in for the Magic. The free throw off from Anthony. So, Stan, we have a second-generation player in front of us, and next to us is Dad. Cole Anthony, he has his dad's gift, don't you think, for passing the ball?
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot more scoring gift than his dad had. You know, the thing I love about what Cole has done, though, I respect so much, is he's accepted that role coming off the bench, and he's been such a great weapon for them.
Middleton outside. Over Caldwell Pope. Middleton can't get it to go. Magic leading by 4.
Remaining in the second quarter. 2 minutes.
Wagner on the wing. 17 points in the game. Isaac passes to Anthony. Shoots over Poole. The shot by Anthony, no good. Washington has got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. Pass to Champagny. Now Poole, covered by Anthony. Sarr sets the screen for Poole. Into the lane. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Wagner. He's covered closely. Washington with the rebound. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. The drive by Poole. Count that one.
Yeah, he's picking it up here in the second quarter after a slow start.
Defensive foul.
And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And Orlando making a change here. Itadze's checked in.
Team foul. At the line for Washington, Jordan Poole. 1 shot.
That's good from Poole. Orlando leading. Carter outside. Anthony kicks to Caldwell Pope. That one falls coming off Anthony's feet. Anthony's got 3 assists in the game. Outside, George. Back to Poole. At the elbow, it's Sarr. 4 on the clock. The shot by Middleton, wide open. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
And I love seeing Middleton rise up there with confidence, knocking it down for that corner 3.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Wagner outside. puts it up from 15, and he connects with the jumper. Wagner's got 19 points.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Poole fires away from outside. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the by 3. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half.
Good to have you with us. With the season in its latter portion, let's look at the Eastern Conference playoff race.
A look here now at the Magic. They've had a drop-off that I don't think anybody predicted. Came into the season with high hopes. The chemistry just hasn't been there from the beginning. It's a disappointing year.
And moving right along, things are neck and neck for the Washington Wizards right now.
I like their aggressiveness getting to the line. Cave in the defender's chest and make them blow the whistle.
If you caved in the guy's chest, shouldn't it be called a foul?
No, stop flopping.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Without question, Franz Wagner displaying his skills today.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Well, I just love his fearlessness so far. He's charging inside like no one can stop him.
Magic leading by 3. Checking out the group for Jamal Mosley to start the second half. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Anthony is out there with Caldwell Pope, and it's Carter in at the center filling out the middle. Bangs home the trifecta.
And he's got a nice fluid motion on his long-range shots. I think Banchero will be a consistent three-point shooter at the NBA level.
Now, here's Poole. Pass to Champagny. Poole on the wing. And Sarr throws it down.
Making the right pass is the first thing on Poole's mind. He wants to be the floor general.
And here's Wagner. Carter with it to the inside. Stolen by George. And here we go. The Wizards fast break. Fires from deep. A shot by Champagny, no good. And here's Caldwell Pope. He brings it up for the Orlando Magic. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Pass to Banchero. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Well, there's a unique profile for Wendell Carter Jr. A tremendous rebounder and shooter, and now he's playing on a pretty good team, and he's a big reason why.
He sure is. Look, he's really big at 6'10", 270. All right, top 20 in the league in rebounding and effective field goal percentage. Can shoot the 3. Great blend of size, skill, and toughness.
And the first one at the line is good. You coached Stan at various levels for 30 years. How has the transition been to the broadcasting business?
Well, Kevin, it's been great because of people like you and because I'm undefeated.
Right. But do you miss the aftermath when there's at least a score sheet? There's a scorecard that says win or loss.
I do miss that. There's no question. I miss the competition. I miss the camaraderie of building toward a result. But I've started to get some of that in broadcasting as I've gotten to know my partners better.
Now it's great being your partner.
Likewise. Well, there's no question Carter can play strong inside. He has the build for it.
Back to Poole. Nice ball movement by Washington. Champagnie passes to Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. From about 16, and misses it off the right side of the rim. Orlando leading by 7. Caldwell Pope dishes to Banchero. Rebound by the Wizards. George has got 4 rebounds in this game. Pass to Poole. George with the screen on Anthony. Poole kicks to George. Now Sarr. Back to George. Here's Poole. Rejected by Banchero.
And when Banchero turns it up, he can be a factor at the defensive end.
Outside Anthony. Pass to Carter. Banchero outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Here's Middleton. And it's Wagner with the rebound. Orlando, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Caldwell Pope feeling it out a bit. And it's good for 2. Wagner's got the lead up to 9 now for Orlando.
Well, Wagner can be a scoring machine, especially when his team is doing a good job of getting him looks.
And it's Brian Keefe calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team.
Attention fans, now on the court is your high squad. Make some noise and...
Now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Paolo Banchero.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Washington with the ball. They trail by 9 points. Middleton outside. George with the bounce pass. Wagner against Middleton. Can they get it? And it's Orlando with the rebound.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
And sweet drive there. KCP, a smooth operator with terrific straight line speed.
Now here's Middleton. 10 points for him. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Anthony.
Yeah, and they're fighting to get back in this one, but unfortunately, he just keeps coming up empty.
Shoots over Poole. Anthony's shot is off.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert, but that time he just couldn't get it done.
Here's George. Lays it up and banks it in. George has got his first bucket of the night.
Well, he knew he had the size advantage to dominate the defense there. Go right at him.
Wagner outside. Good on the shot. Wagner's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, Wagner uses his size to muscle through that smothering interior defense.
Middleton inside the three-point line. Offline from the top of the key.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Wagner passes to Anthony. And here's Banchero. Defended by Middleton. Yep, it counts. Banchero's got 14 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Sarr sets the screen for Poole. Pass to Sarr. It's stolen by Carter. Now, here's Wagner. He's guarded closely. Outside for Caldwell Pope. Back to Wagner. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Banchero. In for his 7th make in 14 tries.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Pass to Champagnie. Middleton outside. Here's Sarr. Back to Middleton. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
Yeah, Middleton is a talented scorer from anywhere on the floor. Goes to the paint and does his thing.
Van Carroll looking around. A floater. Excellent D there from George. Wizards trail by 13. And that's a foul. It's called on Cole Anthony. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Anthony Black's checked in for Orlando. Here's Carrington. 8 points for him. Hands it from downtown.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Black. Pass to Van Carroll. Drills the three-pointer. Van Carroll's got 11 points here in just the second half.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Oh, and there's the alley-oop.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. And Wagner's got the ball here for the Magic. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. Here's Van Carroll. Three-pointers off the mark. Wizards trail by 11. Left side, George. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. Van Carroll with the ball. George picks him up. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, when you look at the draft, it seems talent evaluators have a type. LeBron James says our league is always hungry for potential. That's the whole focus of the lottery. It makes sense that those guys who are taken 16 through 30 are on real contending teams and making impacts. Of course, Kevin, everybody wants to draft the next LeBron. Good luck with that.
Or work with the next David Aldridge, a Hall of Famer. David, thank you. And finished off by Wagner.
Well, with his size and power, Wagner can seem unstoppable at the rim.
Poole the pass to George. Here's Shaw. Back to George. Pass to Carrington. Shot clock at 6. George with the screen on Wagner. Carrington. And it's off from three-point range. Magic leading by 13. Here's Carter. And Sarr pulls it down. Sarr's got his 6th rebound on the night. Outside for George. Lets the three fly. That one is good again. He sits right from the floor with the basket.
Well, he's been able to find points, just not enough of them. They've got to string together some more buckets.
Here's Wagner. And he banks in the layup. Wagner's got 8 here in the quarter. Wizards trail by 12. Outside, George. Smart puts the pick in for George. To the middle, stolen by Carter. Here's Anthony. Oh, and a jam by Anthony.
Well, Anthony's showing us the spring in his step.
Washington has gone 2 of 5 with a three-point shot since coming out of the break. Pass to Carrington. Sarr with it. Carter on him. Over to the wing. From deep, George. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
There's a minute 34 left in the third. Clock at 6. And he drives in. That one goes. Count it.
and they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Now Smart. He has yet to score. The Wizards working the ball around now. Saw the basket pool. And again for three.
And now for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Outside, George. Down low, here's Saw. A shot's good on the assist by George. Saw's got 4 this quarter.
And bullseye with that assist. Nice delivery there in traffic.
Banchero outside. Over George. And it's Banchero missing. Wizards trail by 13. 3-second difference between shot clock and game time. And it's George finishing it off.
Up high and down hard with that one-hander.
He got a little extra forceful. You're right with that one. Anthony against Poole. Anthony taking his time here. Carter with a screen on Poole. Here's Anthony. Up in time. And the last second attempt does not go in for it. And so it's the Orlando Magic. Their lead at 11 points to end the quarter. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We'll get right back to the action when we return. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Marcus Smart is out there with Johnson. And there's Rashawn Holmes. And it's Thor in at the power forward. That's the group on the floor right now for Washington. Now here's Smart. Pass to Thor. The 3 from Johnson. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Banchero's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Harris. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in.
The assist.
And it's 7 points for Gary Harris.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Outside, Smart. Here's Thor. Pass to Carrington. Nailed from three-point land. Carrington's got 11 points here in just the second half. Here's Black, guarded by Smart. Black dishes to Banchero. There's a good screen to the paint. There's Bitadze, and there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
A well-coached play there. Banchero knows what his options are, and he makes the best choice possible.
Now, here's Holmes. Defense is right there. Here's Smart. Rebounded by Isaac.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Open shot by Banchero. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Banchero's got 23.
And this is what everyone wants to see. Banchero is attacking without hesitation on the offensive end.
Inside. Shot's good by Thor.
Well, credit the screen there, springing him loose for the finish.
Magic leading by 12. Banchero outside. Banchero draws the double. Here's Bitadze. Rebound, Washington. Holmes got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Johnson. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Great pass by Smart. On time, on target.
And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. Here's Banchero. Pass to Black. Plenty of space. And it goes down 2 points.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless. Building this lead in every way possible.
Johnson with it. Here's Thor. He's covered by Isaac. Here's Carrington. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. And here's Isaac. He'll bring it up for Orlando. Here's Harris. Rebounded by the Wizards. Johnson surveying the floor. Smart on the wing. The rebound by Bitadze. Bitadze's got his 5th rebound in this one.
Well, he can't buy a bucket, but it's time to find other ways to help his team win.
Now, here's Isaac. Banchero outside. Goes up the baseline, and they pick up 2. Banchero's got 25 points.
Yeah, Banchero's a good offensive option from a lot of different areas.
Harris against Johnson.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Nets.
Well, I've been a little surprised by how many mid-range jump shots they're taking and hitting. But so far, that seems to be the recipe that's working for them.
And we also got to talk about the damage they've done inside. The opposition having a hard time keeping that ball out of the paint.
That free throw, no good. And a few years back, the NBA coach decided to change how they do take fouls. It appears it's had the impact they wanted, don't you think?
I certainly do, Kevin. I thought it was a great rule change. There's almost nothing more exciting in NBA basketball than the fast break. And take fouls were limiting that. Now that we've gotten rid of those, we're really getting to see the athleticism of NBA players.
Because we want to see the finish, don't we? You want to see what happens when they do get off on that kind of break.
That's where the excitement happens.
The tray, a three-pointer is right on target. And the Magic lead by 16.
Well, Anthony is going to see those gaps and exploit them. He's got good vision.
Middleton outside. Back to Poole. Kicks it down to Middleton. Here's the pick. Puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Anthony. Anthony's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. A fader. Bitadze with the bucket.
I'll tell you, it's one thing to do this at home, another to do it in a hostile environment.
It sure is. They've certainly accepted the challenge. The trick now is to sustain this effort.
And there it is for him.
And just about every one of Middleton's shots is a smart one. Even from mid-range, he's not going to force anything.
Banchero with the screen. Anthony drives in. That's good from Banchero on the assist by Anthony. Banchero's got 6 in the quarter. Wizards trail by 18. Johnson, the pass to Sarr. Now Poole. Pass to Sarr. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Second personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for Washington, Star, taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. Saw. George is checked in for the Wizards. The Magic also changing it up. Carter, he's checked in for Goga Bitadze. Wagner comes in for Black. And it's Caldwell Pope in for Harris. Both shots good from the stripe. Orlando leading by 16. Banchero outside. Back to Anthony. And Chris Middleton pulls it down. Washington's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. They get it again. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. So here's Orlando. Wagner outside. With some arc. Rebound, Washington. Champagne's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Saar with him. Carter on him. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
It's going to be on Wendell Carter.
At the line for 2, Star.
The first free throw is good. That one falls, so he hits both of them. Here's Wagner. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Second personal.
GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the 3-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
And the first one drops. Franz Wagner, as we know, Stan, came into the league with a splash and hasn't really slowed up since.
Now, Kevin, I think he's surprised a lot of people. He has never played like a young guy. He's always played with the maturity of a veteran guy, and he just keeps getting more and more responsibility. He's handled it well, and then he could become a perennial all-star.
I like that assessment.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
Pass to Poole. And he uses the glass on the layup.
The more effective Poole is inside, the more headaches he causes for the defense.
And here's Banchero. No good on the triple.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game. Poole
with it. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Banchero's got 6 rebounds in the game. Now, here's Wagner. Back to Banchero. Launches it. Rebound by the Wizards. Here's Champagnie. Pass to Song. Outside, George. No good on the 3. Magic leading by 14. Anthony with it. Now defended by Song. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Well, Anthony is a creative scorer and knows how to get the defense off
Shooting
balance.
for Orlando, Cole Anthony at the line for 2.
First one falls for him.
Yeah, Cole Anthony is a spark plug. He can be a scorer or he can run the offense. Cole's versatility is vital for this team.
So Anthony nails both of them.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half. Doing a great job at the line.
Pass to Champagnie. Back to Poole. Middleton outside. Shot clock at 5. The shot, no good. Great defense that time from Banchero. Magic leading by 16. Anthony with it. Wagner outside. That one falls, coming off Anthony's feet. Wagner's got 12 points here in the second half.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
And we've got a timeout called by Brian Keefe. He knows every possession is critical now. And now we present our New Balance Player of the Game, Paolo Banchero.
And guys, this really has been his night. He's done a lot of things well, but his scoring really put him over the top. You can see how determined he's been every time he's gotten his hands on the ball. Great drive and also great focus offensively.
And with the playoffs on the horizon, he'll be looking to stay in peak form as long as he can. Wizards trail by 18. Pass to Song. Poole with it, and it's Carter picking him up. And Song gets it to go on the assist from Poole. And that's now 19 points for Alex Song. Orlando's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Carter kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Anthony. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for the Magic, Cole Anthony taking 2 shots.
He's off on the first. Good on the second free throw. And so Poole will bring it up for the Wizards. 17-point game. Pass to Champagnie. In the corner, Middleton with it.
2 minutes. 2 minutes remaining in the
To the inside. And stolen by Wagner. Banchero outside. Carter sets the pick for Banchero. There's the lob to Carter.
Well, he's a load at 270 pounds. Wendell Carter Jr. is a problem in the paint.
At the line for the Magic, Wendell Carter Jr. 2 shots.
And he knocks down the first one.
Well, more of a classic big guy. Wendell Carter Jr. is at his best inside the paint, mixing it up with guys on either end of the floor.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here is Poole. Pass to George. Here's Champagny. He's defended by Wagner. 5 to shoot. Pulls from the top of the key. Shot by Champagny, no good.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It could definitely be considered a statement win for the Magic.
They had to battle for this win. There were times when it looked like it was maybe slipping away a bit, but they never let that happen, which I thought was a real credit to them.
And that's a product of their mental toughness. Anytime the flow of the game turned against them, instead of caving, they just dialed it up a notch and were able to pull away.
And this will make it 36 wins on the year for them. A very solid win indeed. And when you check out the box score, there were some great numbers for Paolo Banchero.
He was everywhere defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
Now, here's Brogdon. Cole Anthony unable to get his last shot to go in. And it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Now, here's Isaac. Out to Anthony. Pass to Harris. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Harris a screen on Brogdon. And that one's good, Anthony.
Yeah, they suck the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
Yeah, and winning games on the road is huge, especially when you get them in such a convincing fashion.
So it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Wendell. A big performance on the boards tonight. Did you expect to dominate like that coming into the game?
No, I didn't. I just wanted to come out, help my team any way I could. So, rebounds or not, I did what I had to do to help the team win.
You were a big part of it tonight, man. Thanks very much. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up. So now for Greg Anthony.